kind of feelings did you have when you woke up this morning knowing you're, as a team, are one win away from your dreams come true?
Yeah, it's exciting. We're in a great spot, but we're really just focused on the next game and taking it day by day. And the job's not done yet, so still a lot of work to do.
That word consistency has come from Al a lot. What you guys have been able to do from day one. How important is it now with what you guys are doing and going through your routine as you get ready for this?
Yeah, it's important. It's really important. You got to stay disciplined. Got to stay on your routines. Got to be good in practice, and then all that together leads into the game and execution. So, we're just trying to be as disciplined and as consistent as possible.
Final one for me, Al. What has he meant to the team? You hear win one for Al. What has Al Horford meant to you and what it meant to this Celtics team?
Man, Al is just a true professional. He's one of the best teammates I've ever had. He's seen a lot in this league, and he's a guy you can lean on for advice. He's seen everything you can see, but we really want to get this one for him. Just like the one thing that he just hasn't been able to get yet in his career, and it'll be pretty special if we can do it for him.
Sam, what's Brad's role like on a day-to-day level around this team, traveling hard, team meals, stuff like that?
Yeah, he's always poking his head in. I'd say he's pretty in tune with what's going on. He's at every practice. I'm sure he's talking to the coaches, giving advice every now and then. But he's just he's a good guy to have around. He provides good advice, and obviously another guy who's been through a lot and seen a lot of things in this league. So it's good to have him around.
Do you have a best memory with him, or something that stands out to kind of describe maybe your relationship or what kind of role he has?
Yeah, he gave me a chance in this league. I was undrafted. I didn't really know what was going to come on draft night, and he called me and gave me a shot with the two-way, and I just tried to make the most of it. And obviously, I got converted up to the big leagues, and it's hard to thank him enough for giving me a chance.
So we see Joe go around before practice, kind of tap you guys up and have a conversation with you. What's your relationship with Joe?
Yeah, it's good. I think he has a unique relationship with everybody. I think he's good at finding one or two things to talk about with each guy on a daily basis. That's just to keep like the humanity in this professional world. But yeah, he's a great human. He really truly cares about you as a person first, more so than a player, which is awesome.
And you guys have had a lot of success, obviously. How much do you contribute, like avoiding complacency, to the idea of mindset that Joe has really installed in you guys, not looking ahead, just kind of staying focused? How much do you credit Joe for that and avoiding that complacency?
Yeah, he deserves a lot of credit for it. He constantly keeps us in check, tries to keep us, right where we need to be, not too high, not too low, but like right, in the sweet spot. And he's done a great job of that this year. And obviously, we have a great lead in this series, but like I said before, like the job's not done, and he's definitely kept us in check, knowing that we still have a lot to do.
Sam, everyone left on the bench seemed to lose their mind when Tillman made that corner three. How nice is it to see someone like that rewarded in that moment for?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best when a guy who's kind of been in and out of the lineup, playing spot minutes, to come in and have a huge impact like that. And he played great defense all night, and that was obviously a huge shot. And it's just it's a rewarding feeling, not only for him but for everybody else who just watches him grind on a daily basis, just staying ready for that moment.
It seems unique that you guys celebrate each other's successes. Like, it doesn't happen on every team, like at least not to that level. Like, why is that a thing for you guys? Like, what, that you enjoy each other's?
One, I just think our team just has a great chemistry. Everybody gets along. We bond really easily over a multitude of topics and other things. But when you see a guy like that work so hard, try to keep his body right every single day, get rewarded like that, it's refreshing. You just want it so bad for certain guys, and I feel like if that was anybody else in that spot, it would have been the same reaction too. So that's pretty cool.
What's something you learned about X that you didn't know before he got here?
Well, I didn't realize he had 3 kids, so that's cool. He seems like he'd be a great father. He was teammates with my brother at Michigan State for a year, so I've heard things about him through my brother, but he's a great dude, stand-up guy, and definitely a guy. He's just easy to talk to,
How different does hitting a three-pointer in the NBA Finals feel than just a regular three-pointer? Like, when you hit it, do you feel like, wow, I just made one of the finals, and like this is the biggest stage, or is it just like rhythm shooting?
Yeah, I think that is like more so after the fact. In the moment, you're just trying to move the scoreboard, making a shot for our team, but after the fact, I guess it's a little surreal in the moment or after the fact. But in the moment, though, you're so locked in on the game that you're not even really thinking about it, to be honest.
Like after the game, you're thinking about it more?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You just kind of reflect on the game. You're just like, well, I mean, I just made a couple shots and NBA Finals. It's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Sam, I don't know how much you pay attention to press conferences or whatever, so it can even be behind the scenes. Do you have a favorite Joe Mazzulla quote?
Let's see. There's so many. Oh, man.
Top 5.
Top 5. Yeah, you could do that too. What did he just say? I said this the other day. There's no fouls in a war. You either die or you don't. Something like that. That was a good one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last night, Derek White, in the same press conference, called him a basketball genius and a sicko. What about him embodies those words from your experience playing him?
You said, what was the first part? Basketball
genius.
Genius. Okay, yeah. Well, the basketball genius part, I think a big part of that is he's like constantly wanting to learn from coaches on his staff, coaches from other staffs, watching a lot of film, a lot of breakdown. Obviously, he's been, in a player development role for part of his career, so he sees it from that side of it too. So I think he's just like a sponge and willing to learn, which makes him a very good basketball mind. And he's a sicko because I feel like I don't even know how to describe this. He enjoys big wins, but almost hates them at the same time in a way. But yeah, he's a sicko. It is what it is. I feel like this is kind of self-explanatory.
Two more questions.
Joe's kind of a masochist. He almost likes it when you guys are losing.
I remember. So obviously the Mavs won that big run, start of the fourth there, and he came in and said that was great. That makes us hungrier. So he didn't even focus on the win. He just focused on that, which is cool. It keeps all of us grounded and knowing that we have more work to do. So he spins it into that, which is great.
You remember when we were in Minnesota beginning of the year, how hyped he was after that loss? Because he was like, "Oh, the season finally started now."
Yeah.
How in that moment, because he's preached so much about the value of losing and building from that.
Yeah.
Between the chokehold stuff and killer whales hunting you and whoever else is trying to kill you, how did those moments where it felt like you guys were against the wall, you got the most out of Joe, and those are the moments he relished?
Yeah, well, he always says something too, good job, or the two worst words to say in sports to a player, something like that. And I think what he means is it's easy for people when they get credit to take a foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and he does a good job of, even when we're on a winning streak or something like that, to keep us grounded or keep us right where we need to be, to know that we still got work to do. And referring to this series, we're up 3-0, yeah, but we still got a lot to do to win this series, and we know that, and he knows that, so he's just trying to make that known for us.
You got some battle scars on your arm there. Do you think Joe would be proud of you for that?
I don't know. They're pretty weak, honestly. So maybe if it was my whole arm, he'd like it a little bit better.
Last question, guys.
Tony Bennett or any other coaches talk about UFC battles and snakes going at each other and stuff?
Tony Bennett is definitely not a UFC fan. He's more of a golf fan. Just goes to show completely different views on certain things in the basketball world, but both guys have been really successful in what they've done. So it shows that the one approach doesn't always fit all, but each guy gets it done in their own specific way, which is cool.
Is Virginia the best college in the world?
Come on, now. Come on, Wahoo.
I went there too.